slowed the game, the render code way down. John had to find a solution, so he started reading. He started to figure out what algorithm could he use for this. So he found this white paper from Bruce Naylor about this data structure called a binary space partition. It was originally designed for backface culling of 3D models, but John adapted it for 3D levels to speed up the rendering, or the culling, and this totally solved the problem with E1M2 and the rest of the game. We also created our first alpha version that we could send to our few testers that we had, and we're pretty happy to show these people what we were up to. So this is what the alpha version looked like after 3 months of development. So this is on April 2nd. Luckily, we still have these old versions around. All right, so yeah, we basically at this point have 9 little level stubs that we've created. We're telling everybody if this gets out, they can all kiss their Doom hint books goodbye. So now you can see there's rolly chairs. Yeah. The idea was that you would bump into them and they would roll across the floor. Picking up ammo, you have a rifle now. Still got those 4 characters as if the game's going to start with all 4 of you, running around. And you can see there's a pretty boring silver texture on the wall, and none of the monsters are moving around. I mean, it's only 3 months of work, but it's not really exciting. We're still building spaces to move around in. That's a switch right there, but it's not really great. It's just the beginning, and we know that there's still a lot of work to do. Nice blue carpet. So it's not, this is the military building construction. It's really great. All right, so cement. Let's go to the next one. All right, so now it's May of 1993, and I finally finished working on DoomEd. This is the DoomEd, the editor in Next Step. We use Next Step to develop the entire game, even programming Doom, doing all the map development, everything was done in Next Step. And I'm ready to start working on levels. So since the military bunker style wasn't cutting it, something needed to be done. And one day I decided I'm just going to solve this problem, and that's when I created Doom's abstract 3D level design style. So I used E1M2 for my experiment. It may not look like much, but this was the first room that I made in this abstract design style. And the final version of this room looks way, way better, but this was just a start. And Tom and the artist, they came into my office, and I showed them this room and what it's going to be like, and everyone agreed this is really the direction that we want to go in. All right. So here's a pre-beta of Doom after almost 5 months of work. Still says alpha. It's a pre-beta. We just didn't bother changing the title screen. All right, so you can see that now we're moving into using lighting in making areas dark. We're using stairs. We still don't have AI working on. They're still standing there, but now you actually hit them and they have collision. You can see that we have a menu system. We have a font. We're starting to add a bunch of options in. These menus don't even exist in the game anymore. And these are just during our creation of the game. Except for these are the actual skill levels that you stayed with. And this is like the first level. You're picking up key cards now. You have a really high ceiling room. We have lighting. We're simulating having shadows and everything. Opening doors and disappearing enemies when you shoot them. So you can see, it's almost 5 months. It's May 22nd, so it's 4 months and 3 weeks. And we're getting, it's getting there. It's starting to feel a little bit like a game. Still don't have anything following you. But the level's looking better than before. All right, so at this time, we're about halfway through the year. And Chris Lombardi from Computer Gaming World, he comes over to our office to get a sneak peek, and he writes this really great preview article. That's the only one written about Doom during its development. And Also, we realized that we have just way too many biped monsters in the game. We really need like flying ones, and this was like an oversight by Tom, and it kind of drives him a little further away from the team. All right, so it's August of '93, and Tom decides that he's going to leave it, and he's going to go to Apogee Software, where he makes Rise of the Triad. And then, after shipping it, Tom designed the game called Prey. So we hired a couple new people to